Brittany MacLean here, checking in again with Anastasia Bucsis over in St. Moritz, Switzerland, which, by the way, has been beautiful if you haven't been following all week. She is there for the snowboard and freestyle skiing World Championships. Now, Anastasia, it's been so much fun watching and tuning in. I know most of the times we've chatted with you, you've been on a mountaintop with this pristine view, but today you're in a bit of a different location. Can you tell me more about what's significant about the space you're in?
Let me tell you, Brett, I have a pristine view of Canada House right now. All right. We're actually in the hotel where all the Canadian athletes are staying. And I got to be honest. I mean, you were an athlete. I was once upon a time an athlete. I am so jealous of this opportunity because it's just fantastic preparation for the actual Olympic Games. A multi-sport games like an Olympics or Paralympics can be a little bit overwhelming because you're so used to just kind of being with your own team. And then you're all of a sudden getting this lovely new environment with like 100 other Canadian athletes. And it can sometimes like just, I don't want to say take you off your focus, but it is a little bit of a different pulse. And so all the athletes staying here, becoming friends, eating with each other, celebrating wins, helping with losses, cheering each other on and whatnot. It is so integral and so important for preparation for Milano Cortina. And yeah, the vibes are good here. I'm so grateful. And come on, it's a pretty beautiful hotel.
I was going to say, it looks stunning, almost like you're in like an old church. And you've spoken about how this is really a big prep for Milano Cortina and these athletes are gearing up. One of the things they're also managing through is just a change in schedules in this winter environment. There's weather issues. There is, you think you're having your final one day and then it moves up a couple days or moves back a few days. You had to deal with that on Friday. Almost all of the Canadian events fell within a couple hours of each other. Can you describe those 4 medals and how you managed to try to get to Liam Brearley and also Mikhail Kingsbury all in one day?
Yeah, I didn't do that well because guess what? I mean, I'm a big Harry Potter fan. I wish I knew how to apparate, but I couldn't be in 4 different places at once. And shout out to these athletes are so mentally tough. I mean, of course, in speed skating, that would never happen because we were competing indoors, but the weather can do funny things. And yeah, a whole bunch of finals, as you said, fell last Friday. 4 big medals for the red and white. Actually, Canada's sitting at 6 right now. They won 9 in the 2023 version of these World Championships. Lots more hardware opportunities to come. So Canada's still looking really good. Mick Kingsbury, of course, winning gold in dual moguls. Liam Brearley winning the first ever time a Canadian man has won a world championship gold for snowboarding was historic. So pristine on the slopestyle. Really cool to see him share kind of just a special moment with one of his best friends, Cam Spalding, who's also competing, reigning Crystal Globe winner. Courtney Hoffus in ski cross. She's coming back from an ACL, and it's just really cool to see her season kind of do this, looking really, really good. And, just finishing off with a lot of momentum going into the Olympic season. And then Megan Oldham, bronze again in slopestyle. Like there's something so special with our slopestyle team, snowboard and skiing. And it was just lights out. I mean, every athlete was like, this is the biggest, best course we've seen all year. They had to go so big, turning every single way. I just kind of held my breath, Brett. But let me tell you, Team Canada looking really, really good with 9.5 months to go in Italy. Like this has been a fantastic World Championships.
So good. And I said, I hope you're enjoying every second. All I can think about when I watch these medal ceremonies is who's providing the champagne and how do they decide, where it comes from? Who's like, do these athletes even take a sip? I need the real insider knowledge. Do they take a sip? Do they share it with their family? Or is it really just for the photo?
No, they're pretty generous. I'll tell you this, we saw Mick Kingsbury after moguls and he actually was like, do you want a sip? And handed me the champagne. I said, no, thank you, sir. Congratulations. But it is funny. Honestly, you can almost smell the champagne throughout the whole Engadine Valley here. All right. We were at some PSL snowboarding the other day and the Italian team won the team event. And we're just like, wow, you folks reek of booze. And they just laugh. It's such a nice vibe here. Everyone is so obviously fired up to compete, but you can see athletes too, once they're done competing, just kind of the stress, get off their shoulders. They're finishing their seasons. You're going to tinker it and of course build to Olympic season for 2025, 2026. But yeah, the parties have been good. And I'll tell you, there was a little party on Saturday night. Camera operator Cameron Kern brought me to a DJ called Bennett, and I feel real cool. All right, I'm 35 years old. I was hanging with some really fun people, and the organizing committee, all the fans, all the competitors, all the coaches. Yeah, it's just been a real celebration. I'm so lucky to be here, Brett.
I love those little insider scoops because too, we all really enjoyed watching you try to get down. You said there are 3 mountains that you have to try to navigate through, which is one of the reasons it was impossible for you to be at all the events on Friday. But you're having to ski from space to space, and if you haven't already watched, everyone, please make sure you take a look at Anastasia's behind the scenes of having to navigate the challenging environment that she's currently faced. But so fun, and we're so grateful for that little like insider kind of like knowledge. I always wonder what people are going through at these events, so it's really great to see. I want to get back on track. I want to talk a little bit about the halfpipe skiing because you had a chance to sit down with a lot of the women yesterday. The camaraderie of the team, the depth of that team, Cassie Sharp, Elizabeth Hosking. Can you tell us a bit about the conversations you had?
Yeah, I mean, for the halfpipe ski team, all 4 Canadian women are in the top 10 in the world. So it's unbelievable. I said I'm going to do a feature on the sisterhood of the super pipe, and they all love that because, especially with Cassie Sharp coming back, like there's just so much camaraderie and a really healthy competitive balance. Like they all ski for themselves, but they understand that what's good for Team Canada is good for everyone. And it's just so special to see them push each other. Cassie has like just such a healthy perspective. She just gave birth, of course, to her beautiful daughter, Luella. I said, "Are you missing Luella?" Poor baby's not here, of course. And she said, "I do miss her, but wow, I'm getting so much more sleep. I have time to just like hang out and play cards and catch up with people." So it's all gravy for Cassie Sharp. Amy Fraser, Rachel Carker, Dylan Glennie. Dylan is one of the young guns kind of coming up. They're just in a great way. Dylan kind of gushed. She said, "You know what? It's so cool to be here with Cassie Sharp. Cassie was her childhood hero and is a big reason why she got into the sport." So really good vibes there. And then on the snowboard side, I mean, you said it, Elizabeth Hosking, absolute X Factor athlete. So fun. So fun. She made history by winning Canada's first world championship medal in halfpipe skiing halfpipe snowboarding for women. And she unfortunately is coming off of, well, not unfortunately, she's coming off of a big year where she had to take off because of an unfortunate concussion. And I asked her, I said, "How has that changed your perspective? Like, is there a lightness to you?" She kind of gone, "Yeah, there's a lightness, but I also need to remember that's in the past. Like, I've been there, done that. We're over that injury. And now it's just building, eyes on the prize." She's, of course, wanting to find herself on the box here. But I think she could really do big things in Italy as well. Like she was the youngest athlete in Pyeongchang, and I can't believe it. I mean, she's just grown into such a phenomenal athlete and wise beyond her years. Really going to be exciting to see what she does here in St. Moritz and also in Italy.
Yeah, it's so fun. I mean, you spoke about the sisterhood. What I think is so special about that is that on any given day on the ski side, one of those women could, top the other on whether it's a podium to win gold, and yet they still they come together as a team, they celebrate each other's wins, and it's really magical to watch. And like you said, that's something we're going to really need to keep an eye on when it comes to the Olympic Games next year. Of course, we're in the final stretch of these championships. They end on March 30th. There are a few events to come, as we mentioned, both the halfpipe on snowboard and ski. There's also snowboard cross, which is a really exciting one. Elliot Grandin for Team Canada, of course. I just want to know, what are you most excited about? What should Canadians, make sure they're not getting too far away? This event still has a lot of action still to come.
Yeah, a lot of hardware opportunities for the red and white. I mean, I love racing. I'm actually just preparing for an interview with Elliot. So snowboard cross is going to be electric. We did get to see a little bit of the ski cross, of course. The course is amazing. It's super fun. You truly, like, it's anyone's game. You see these sports on television, you think, wow, they're professionals. You see them in real life, and you just hold your breath. Like, it is going to be so exciting. So Elliot Grandin certainly hoping to find himself perhaps with a beautiful gold medal around his neck. And then the half pipe again. We were hanging out with all the athletes yesterday. I had a lot of, SPF 50 on my face because it is still very, very sunny here, Britt. But the pipe is massive, 22 feet, right? Just the air that all these athletes get. It's unbelievable. So I have my eyes, of course, on the pipe and the racing. I want to give a shout out to aerials too. So exciting that that young team is really coming up and becoming big time contenders, and they're hoping to build off of that beautiful bronze that they won in Beijing. So special things happening for the aerials team too. But it's all gravy. It's all gravy. I mean, come on. I'm in Switzerland watching sports. It is so phenomenal. This is essentially like a little snow Olympics, and it's really cool just to see these Canadian athletes, the camaraderie that they have for each other, support that they have for each other, and I think that they're like a bold team. They're not afraid of saying that they've got big goals and that they're working towards them. And I think if this is any indication as to what we might see in Milano Cortina, chef's kiss. This is my hot take. Team Canada is going to win more Olympic medals at this next Winter Olympics than they ever have, ever.
I love it. I love the hot take, and I totally agree with it. I'm more excited than I ever have been. Obviously, it's because I'm following it a little bit closer, but I am so dialed in. I'm so excited for this next Olympics. Quickly, before we let you go, Anastasia, I really want to hear, you learned a little bit more about the importance of facilities and infrastructures in Canada, and I want to leave on kind of a positive note about the importance of Calgary and what that facility means to a lot of these athletes that are able to train in a facility that's world-class. Can you touch on that a little bit?
Of course, yeah. I mean, I'm from Calgary, of course. So the Calgary Olympics, 1988, was essentially why I had the opportunity of going to two Olympic Games as a speed skater. And it's just so, like, it almost makes me emotional, to be honest, to hear all of these athletes talk about COP and WinSport and the super pipe at COP. It's the best and essentially only super pipe in Canada. And all of the men's half pipe ski team is from Calgary. It's very similar almost to like what we're seeing in Milton for track cycling. If you build it, they will come. And it's just so lovely to see that next generation get this support, and obviously a wonderful place to train. And that doesn't just like help the grassroots. Of course, that builds up the high performance, and both of those really feed off of each other. So it makes me proud, and I hope it makes Canadians proud, because, yeah, Canada is very good in the half pipe, and I think we have Calgary and that super pipe at COP to thank for it.
Completely agree. If you build it, they will come. And it's not a fluke that 4 women are in the top 10 from Canada because of the facilities they have and the camaraderie and the team environment they have to train it all under. So thank you for all your coverage. I am loving every second. Keep having fun. Keep smiling. Keep shining your light. Enjoy the rest. There's only a few days left. You can catch it all here on CBC Sports. They're streaming throughout the entire championships. And of course, our social channels have you up to date with all the little in between. So thanks, Anastasia, and we'll chat with you again soon.
Thanks, Britt.